Continue. Make sure I turn on transcripts. There we go. Wait, now is it still on? Now you've inceptioned me, Charles. I'm like, have I turned on everything that I need to do? There we go. It's still on. I was just closing the window. So Google Scholar, settings, and then library links. Click on that. Amy, are you familiar with this all? Kinda, yeah.
Now I am. Thank you very much.
And since I'm teaching at Channel Islands and Cal State LA, and sometimes I access their libraries. So in the search bar, type in Cal State Los Angeles, and it should come up. I mean, I'm click search, and I think it will, if you click on it, it will add it to your library. And it says you're able to add up to 5 libraries.
But you need to be logged in with on the little circle. That's your Cal State account.
Is that what it's saying?
No, I'm asking you. Because the Google Scholar, when you go here, you see the little circle. There's your face in there. That's your
Here?
account. That's your Cal State LA account. That's your
No,
regular.
that's just that's my personal Gmail.
So how did you add? How did you link? You click. Okay, let me follow.
So if you're in the library, so I don't think it matters which Gmail account or if you're in your Cal State LA account. Let me just unclick. I'm going to refresh and go back.
You can also access Google Scholar through your Cal State LA portal, and that'll automatically give you articles that can also be found at Cal State LA. Yeah.
So just add it. It's helpful. Thank you, Melina, to have this there. I'm going to close this. I had another window open. So just based on today's topic, I typed in culturally responsive PLCs just to see what would come up. I mean, you could do it if you want to practice now, you could type in kind of a search term for a topic of interest. Tip here, that's going to give you, okay, this gives me 24,700 results. We don't want that. So where is, if again, you click on the left-hand bar, the 3 lines, advanced search. One thing you want is, this is just a way to help narrow it down a little bit. And when you're looking for literature, it needs to be peer reviewed. So in the exact phrase, put in quote marks, peer reviewed, and that'll help narrow it down and make sure you get to journals that are reputable, peer reviewed. Each journal has a process, but it's pretty similar, where whatever you write is sent out to like professors or academics at other places, they review it, blah, blah, blah. So if I have that advanced search, it doesn't narrow it down too much, but now you see it's at 17,600 results. So a lot of people have done research on this. Another way to narrow it is you're going to want some recent research. So if you see on the left-hand side here, I'm just going to click on since 2021 to get something within the last 5 years. And now we're narrowed down to 9,000 results. Still a lot there. There are other ways to narrow it down, but I think just having some of these tips, because sometimes you could search up a topic and have like 300,000 or 3 million hits. How are you going to look through all of that? But these are just some different tips in terms of narrowing down your search. Custom range you could do. You could sort by date, sort by relevance. I usually like to sort by relevance. Now, the reason why I had you put in a library, if you notice here, so Broome Library is the library at Channel Islands. So since I think it was first in my list, it just gives you a quick shortcut here. I mean, you can, as Melina said, you can go through the Cal State LA library, but sometimes maybe it's by habit, I'll go to Google. But it's good if it says get it at Broome Library or get it at Cal State LA Library, because it will be free and you can get the PDF. Some of these journals, there's going to be a serious paywall or it's just going to be hard to find. So make sure kind of when you're looking over here that you can get it at one of the libraries. Now, one thing you'll notice as you search for your topic, I'm just even looking here, you'll start to get familiar with like which journals are most relevant for your topic. Journal of Adolescent Psychology, Journal of English Education, English Education 2024. I mean, there are probably thousands and thousands of journals. The journal, the Asian Pacific Journal of Education. It is peer reviewed, but there are tons. The Synergy International Journal of Education. So I just bring this up because you may see journals that like come like Harvard Education Review, Teachers College Record. Like if you recognize some of these EDU type sites, they're like, okay, that's, you know, a name I recommend or I see, but you'll also start to see other education publishers that just do a lot of work, like Taylor and Francis, Sage, SAGE Education. Those are kind of two of the big ones. If you see those names, it's going to be helpful. I'm just going to click on this one. Rethinking and reviewing the use of culturally responsive practices for promoting young people's sense of belonging, a systematic review. Let me click on this. And I'm just clicking on it because it says UK, University of East London. Now, I encourage you to look internationally for some articles just to see what research is going on in other places. Like when you get to writing like your chapter 2, you'll do some of that this summer with Dr. Meyerot, I believe, if she's still teaching it. And where is this from? Educational Psychology Research and Practice. And there are ways here to explore this article, citation. I mean, you have put in a search term peer reviewed. But sometimes you can actually, if you're uncertain or if something sounds unfamiliar, you can click on, I don't see the link here, but you can click on like the journal name. And it can take you to, okay, so it's hosted by the University of East London. And it will tell you about their peer review process. You know, I'm not going to search through everything, but probably if you go to like our research or about, or how we teach, our research, partnerships funded. Anyway, there are different ways you can search to like, if you want to clarify, like, hey, is this a reputable article? But anyway, that's a quick thing on Google Scholar to kind of look through there. Similar thing, sorry, Mayeli, you had a question. Sorry, I missed that.
I guess my question is on the peer review
Yeah.
station. We're doing this for Dr. Myrat. We had to come up with a literature review. Can we use peer review? Is that I'm confused about what is it that we can't use? She says there's something we can't use. Can anybody else help me answer that question? The way I'm not searching for the wrong. We're supposed to be searching for articles, right? And do a literature review. But
So are
is it
you
okay?
starting to do a little bit of that work in her class? I think that's my understanding.
Yes to peer review?
No, yes, just starting to look for some articles.
No, but yes to peer review. Is it okay? The articles that we're searching are peer reviewed.
Yes, they should be.
Okay.
Because you want for your literature review, your chapter 2, part of what you're trying is like, what is the empirical evidence? What are the studies that have been done on your topic that are peer reviewed, that are academically legitimate? And then you're like, there's a gap here. There hasn't been enough research done on training. Mayeli, I'm trying to remember your topic kind of. training dual language teachers in reading data effectively to look at assets instead of deficits, you know, something like that. Like that's why I'm doing. So yes
I
to
was
peer
trying
review.
to remember what was the no. There was something that we said not to use. Was it a dissertation, or she says there was something that we couldn't use, and I can't remember what that is. But maybe just me. I don't
Well,
know.
maybe ask her. Like dissertations are not peer reviewed. They can be informative and help kind of guide you. Oh, this is a student who did some research at Cal State Northridge like 2 years ago. That can help you a little bit, but I would, since I wasn't there, I'm not sure. So when you're in your My Cal State LA library, one search here, and it'll give you the option if you to look at Cal State LA collections, articles, CSU collections, and beyond. I tend to either click on articles or CSU collections and beyond if there's something that's not, if there's a journal that Cal State LA doesn't pay for and subscribe to, maybe some other CSU does and you'll have access to it. And again, if you look at, let's just look at culturally responsive PLCs and see. Again, this is just initial search. You should always think about going to an advanced. Okay, 2,700 results. Going to an advanced search. So you can narrow it down a little bit. Sorry, I'm shifting gears from the Google search engine. Any field, and I mean, you can also type in if you want a search term here, peer reviewed, but there's also another way to do this that, but I'm just going to see what kind of hits we get here. If you want to put the dates, start dates, necessarily need a start year. It's not 2021, let's say. Okay, maybe that wasn't the best search term. I'm getting one hit on a topic that I didn't really want. Sorry, let me just try one more thing and then I'll let you all go. If when I use the one search, okay, culturally responsive PLCs, I think it's helpful, this left bar here, kind of this left area, to narrow it down. There should be, I definitely want full text online. Click on that. And then here, scholarly and peer reviewed. I think that's probably the most important thing to click on. Sometimes their search engine is a little wonky. Like if I also go into publication date, and let's say I want to do 2021, refine. So that narrows the results almost in half. But see it like feel like it unclicked peer reviewed in full text. So I'm just going to apply these filters as well. So going from like 2,700 hits to 203 results, that's really good in terms of then looking, and then you can see here, peer reviewed, open access, read it online. That's good news. You can download it. Again, this one's a qualitative study in Dutch pre-vocational schools. It may seem kind of random. I don't want to say like get too many international articles, but I think it's really interesting to kind of expose yourself to the research that's going on in other places. I don't think anyone's, well, maybe RSLE, I mean, pre-vocational schools. I don't even know, like skim this, see if the abstract might be interesting because I know you're working with adult transition students. But you get the idea here. The key, peer reviewed, try to narrow down your searches as much as possible. And then if you aren't sure about the journal, you can search the journal and there should be about, or there's sometimes a section on like, oh, if you'd like to submit an article, here's the process, just to confirm that it's peer reviewed. I'm going to stop there for a moment and see if there are any. Well, let me just show you two more things. I said I was going to stop, but are there any questions while I just bring up two more things to show you? Resources. The links here, I'm just going to open up. So the program at Channel Islands is new. They're just in their second cohort. So I made two different presentations to those cohorts this summer. And I'm just going to put this here for what it's worth. Take it with a grain of salt because some of the search terms or teaching was geared towards the library there. But for cohort 1, which is now in year 2, I mean, these slides are open, you can look at them. You could possibly go to Lit Review, and I just add some kind of tips in there for, why is this so slow to load? The purpose of the Lit Review. And I don't want to stress you out and jump the gun, but I do think it is a good idea just to start looking for literature on your topic and just start reading. You aren't going to have your problem with Cracklips perfectly figured out, but as you read, it'll start to clarify. So I've given some tips here starting at slide 11, and then in the workshop I did for cohort 2, which is in their first year like you. I mean, you can skim this. I'm trying to think. Yeah, there's some of the similar things, but roughly like starting at slide 10 or 11, I just kind of give some tips about like diving into your EDD program, diving into research, and finding various. I mean, I did a dive like on Google Scholar. I mean, this is copy and pasted, but you know, I did because there are a handful of community college educators who work in kind of the Central Valley. So one of my searches was like community college access. So how do you find a peer-reviewed article? So I compared like Teachers College Record out of Columbia University, all right, one of the top ed schools in the country. It'll have like their peer review process here, and that will confirm it. But there was another journal that came up that I'm like, I've never heard of this, called the Rural Educator. But you're going to find some articles like this that will be helpful. And if you click and you search that journal, you can find about the journal and how they peer review the process. Okay, so it was just based on a conversation with Araceli on Tuesday. And I'm like, oh, this might be because we did a few searches for her topic. And I'm like, oh, maybe I should share this. If you have questions, I can stick around. Hopefully it was helpful. There's just a few resources there, but if you don't have questions, have a good Saturday afternoon.